And we are live. How's it going, legends? How is everyone doing on this fine day? $83K. I want to see some continuing rejection, says Miguel Alves. Hey, legends. Let's close some of this. Start with this again. Let's go lower. Smash that like button if you haven't already. If you're just tuning in, let's jump into the live stream. Let's do it. Get ready for all-time high, guys. That would be crazy. Let's pull up this chat, pop-out chat. And we're at it again today, guys. We're at it again. Nino says you entered a short at 81K. That was a key confluence zone, guys. Key confluence zone. I want to share this with you guys. This zone was no joke. And we are live. So, let's take a look at the local Bitcoin price action. There's a reason why we rejected where we rejected. One moment, I don't know why I look. Okay. So, why did Bitcoin reject where it rejected from, guys? The reason is quite simple. If you go on the higher time frames, we have tons of confluence from this zone. So although yesterday Bitcoin got rejected at 79.5, right below the downtrending anchored VWAP from all-time high, it looked, and I gave an update in the community, when we saw this kind of price action, just note to self and note to you guys, when you see this kind of price action to the downside, this does not look impulsive to move downwards aggressively. This starts looking a little bit better, but this, the probabilities always favored a push up after we rejected because we did not manage to get a new low. We weren't dropping aggressively. So this is what you want to look for to see whether or not the probabilities favor a move high. Now, of course, there's no certainties in this business, but the point is, this was always going to push us higher. Now, we talked about the key confluence zone because we had some shorts piled up to above $80,000, right? So we had the liquidity up there to support that we could go and grab it. We also had the fact that from the previous local top, which remember, if we start getting weekly closes above there, my stance is completely pivoted in this market. But from that previous local top, we have a little bit of a range. And within that range, we have the point of control. Now that point of control also tends to act as confluence. So we tapped into it, got rejected. And if we go to the weekly time frame, and Grigor spoke about this previously, we have that 50-week moving average. So there was a lot of confluence to enter the short. Unfortunately for me, I was sleeping. But this was always going to be a level, and we discussed it in yesterday's live stream as well. So now you wait and see. Do we get some more pushes to the upside? Is this the top of the local? Is this the local top? Stock market opens in less than 30 minutes. So I think we'll get some interesting price action today. But this is a very, very good zone. From a trader's point of view, it makes sense to look for shorts at the potential top of a range and longs at the potential bottom of a range, which is why we took a long from the lows, and this is ultimately a good zone. Now let's see if we push up, because if we get the confirmation above this local high, then I am pivoting my stance in this market, and basically I look to long pullbacks, and that's it. QC Porto says we go to 85K. That would be crazy. Hey Matt, I shorted from 80,900. I have made the trade free. Should I take more profits now or just let it ride? You took it from 80, like the trade is free. If the trade is free, then you shouldn't be stressed. And what I mean by this is you're always open-minded to potentially re-enter. First TP on that would be, depending on if you're treating it as a swing or a scalp, right at the downtrending anchored VWAP from all-time high. Afterwards, you can manage your position how you like. But right now, if you're bullish here, QC Porto is a little bit bullish, right? So you're saying it's still bullish? If it is, you want to see us reclaim the downtrending anchored VWAP ASAP. So that's found basically $500 higher than where we're currently at. That's the zone that you want to see us reclaim. Hello from Japan, Ada Love. How does liquidity look? So if we zoom out, liquidity looks pretty stacked to the downside, but there is of course some short interest here. This was a pretty big move to the upside, guys. It caught me off guard, it caught a lot of people off guard. And so if it wants to go, it can continue to go, especially with such a strong move. But if we are to reject, in my opinion, it stems from around this zone, like we discussed in yesterday's long live stream. Let's see if today we can take a little bit of a scalp trade, like we did yesterday. I want to make it a habit of taking a couple of scalps on the stream to make it a little bit more entertaining. But again, guys, my scalp trades, particularly on stream, are way less significant than my swing trades. Some of you are saying you would not be surprised. Why is the lighting like this? If we tag 84K. The thing with 84K, and I know what you guys are looking at, it's the liquidity. If you zoom out a little bit more, we have that liquidity up to 82.6. And where was the previous local top? 82.8, if I'm not mistaken. $82.8. Purchase Media, yo man, hope you're good. I'm just here for the vibes these days. My man, it's nice to see you, and I hope to have you back soon. But thank you for joining the stream, my man. I appreciate you. So we have the stock market open relatively soon here, and a couple of trade updates. Number one, I'm in a new Ethereum trade, which was shared within the community before I went on the live stream. Number two, on Sunday, I took a Zcash short. That one was stopped out at break even. And on the stream yesterday, I also took a Bitcoin scalp short. So what I'm trying to say here is you're probably seeing me enter a little bit more positions in this market because this is the time to actually be active and trading this market. This is the time. When you're chopping around and it's boring, that's when you want to protect your capital, which we've discussed at length. But now that you're at a potential local top, this is the time. Everyone waiting for a short opportunity, very obvious. Only real risk will be rewarded, risk long. Salvador Perez, my man, we did risk long, and I risked long at $58,000. And in my opinion, that was the time to go aggressively long. Yesterday, I took more profits from my long, sold some Bitcoin. I don't think, so the way that I operate in this market, guys, is I do have a sizable Bitcoin portfolio, and it allows me to operate in the market relatively stress-free. I've spoken about this before, but genuinely, if Bitcoin rips up from here, number one, I would have to close my short, and maybe instead of realizing 400K, I will realize something like 250 or 300K. And number two, I have upside exposure, right? Let's see what we get here. But some of you are asking today, Crypto King, any data reports dropping today? No, but after the stock market closes, we will see Nvidia's earnings. So that will be pretty interesting. We have bullish divergence on the weekly RSI. The low is most likely in fierce wall. Totally possible, guys. Here's the thing. There is always a chance that we can reject and make a significant low, but maybe it's not a lower low. Maybe that was the low of the bear market. It's something that we have to accept. But like I said in my last live stream, there will be plenty of opportunities in this market. From a risk to reward perspective, as a trader, when you see price getting close to the top of a range, that is the moment to look for shorts. When you see price near the bottom of a range, that is the moment to look for longs. I really try to simplify things, but a lot of people get caught up in the bullish versus bearish, and don't get me wrong, even I do that sometimes because I've clearly I should have taken more from my shorts. However, at this point, there is no denying that we are at the top of a potential range. What if we range? Salvador Perez is bullish. He says 87K non-stop. But what if, Salvador Perez, we do something like this? And maybe we don't come all the way down, but what if it requires a little bit more ranging before the true breakout? Salvador Perez, the other thing to address is very rarely does the market just go straight up and it doesn't punish some of the late longers in the market. So that's something that we have to consider, right? It is something that we most definitely have to consider. It doesn't have to come all the way back down, but this is a key zone, a very, very important zone for now. I'm just calling it how I see it. This zone is going to be pivotal. This doesn't mean bet the family farm on a short. Even if I recently took shorts, it's not like I'm going all in, guys. You have to still manage your risk, and of course, you have to remember that nothing that I discuss on the channel should be construed as financial advice. I am just a guy on the internet sharing his own personal trades and his overall market analysis. I will incur losses, I will have wins. Over the course of the bear market, we have very much been net profitable, but I'm just sharing with you my insights, what I think could be happening next in this market. If we're talking about scalping and scalping only, this is an interesting zone. 78,420. So if we get a little bit of a sweep and reclaim, always a chance we bounce from that zone. Bloom Kamikaze. I agree with you, man. I agree with you. This is a potential rejection point, my man. Hi, man. Did Bitcoin get rejected at the 50-week moving average? Yes, it did. So far, it has. We had extreme greed yesterday, hit 81, highest on record. Haha. The liquidity below is significant, guys. It's significant. But if you've been patient and let's say you caught the meat of this move to the upside like we did. Let's say you took a long from the lows. Again, I will repeat myself. I wish I had a bigger long, but I will still take my 100K in profit and move on. But let's say you've been mainly playing longs here. As a trader, it's important to understand that we are at the top of a potential range. And that top of the range can provide a lot of resistance. Regardless of if the market is macro bullish now. Stock market opens in 15 minutes from now. Hey, Sky Fox, I hope you're well. Punishing late longs. Yeah. We're currently punishing the late longs. Let's see. Panoskefa, hello everyone. Lots of liquidity at mid-70s levels. Love the lives, by the way. Thank you. Yes, there is a lot of liquidity down there. Guys, let's play devil's advocate as the stock market prepares itself. Let's play devil's advocate. So, first and foremost, you guys have probably heard this before, but markets do like to retrace 50%. So, in my opinion, I don't think that it is unreasonable to assume that Bitcoin can actually come back down to 70. It's not. But to play devil's advocate, if we take a look at the 2023 scenario, guys, this is what we're looking at right here. This is what we've often compared to. This move right here. See this massive weekly candle? Massive weekly candle of approximately 25%. That's basically last week's weekly candle. What you want to see is a big confirmation above. So you have, and again, the reason why we look at the previous cycles and the previous candles on the chart is because it gives us guidance as to what could actually happen. So it opens up the possibilities. Now, you have the local top here, right? You have the local top. Bitcoin dumps. We chop and we pump. And on that pump, if I just zoom in, legends, if I just zoom in, on that pump, we did not manage to clean these highs. It only happened the next weekly candle. And if we get the confirmation above like this, like another strong weekly candle, there will be retests. See here, where we effectively retraced 50% of this candle right here, where Bitcoin dumped from 22K down to $19,000. So there are going to be retests. And again, for those of you that are just tuning into the channel asking me why I'm not stressed, guys, I'm going to do this every live stream so long as we have people asking about it. If you missed this move, you could have gotten here. You could have gotten here. You could have gotten here. Not stressed at all. I am not stressed at all. So, if we look at the price action that we're seeing now, we have the high. Remember what we just went over. We have the high that established itself in May of 2026, right? We have the high, and now last week's weekly candle did not quite manage to make it up there. But this week would be the confirmation. We get the weekly close above there. I'm looking to long any and basically every pullback, and I become a lot more bullish, right? Does that make sense? Sumen Jana 7020 says, love Jesus. Okay, facts. I love the way you approach the group and how you're open with all your trades. Do your thing and I might get in at the end. Stock market opens soon, guys. Max P6440 says, there is liquidity at 50K. What about that? Guys, I fear that no, I say facts. Absolutely. Okay. When I get this kind of question, guys, when I get this kind of question, I fear that you guys are relying too much on the liquidity on these maps. You know, we have one at MindPillar as well that I use. Extreme greed. Oops. But you should not be solely relying on these maps, guys. Please don't. Because they're helpful, but they're not the be-all, end-all. So let's take a look at the liquidity. You know, a lot of people like using this and they say, okay, well, if we really zoom out, let's go 6 months. But sir, look how much liquidity is down there. And I would tend to agree, guys. It's still possible. It is still possible. But it doesn't have to happen. This is just a little bit of confluence. Just because you see price up here, it doesn't mean that you enter a short and your target is here. When I entered a long at $58,000, it's not like I was targeting all the way up here. I was actually targeting the bull market support band, which was here, 70K. Did I expect us to move that high? Nope. But doesn't matter. Preserve your capital. Be smart about how you operate in this market. And also, the heat maps are predictive estimates, not a factual data. Amit's YouTube says, hi Metzger, please explain what do you mean by 2% of my trading portfolio? So let's assume that you have, I'm just going to say it for argument's sake. I don't have a $10 million trading portfolio, but for that example, if I had a $10 million trading portfolio and I say I'm taking a trade with 2.5%, it doesn't mean that I'm entering with the 2.5%. It means that if the trade gets stopped out, I lose the 2.5%. So that would be, you would lose on a $10 million trading portfolio, $250,000. That's what these percentages mean. So I'm never risking more than 5% of my trading portfolio. Usually I do between 1 and 2%, 0.5 and 2%. And anything above that, at most, I go to 5. Any chance the bear market will continue back to 60K again? Yes, there is a chance, guys. And Legends, if you want to join the community and see how I've been trading this market, remember you do have the first link in the description down below. So if you click on this link over here, you can join my community where I share all of my own personal trades and my overall market analysis. Do I lose sometimes? Yes, absolutely. You're not going to hear me say I'm perfect. But in the bear market, we have very much been net profitable, and I will continue chugging along. When it's time to flip absolutely macro bullish and look for longs only, I will let you know. But for now, until we have that invalidation, I have to respect my strategy, guys. And anyways, I'll guide you through the group. I'll guide you on the live streams as best as I possibly can. Let's see how the price action develops. The stock market is now opening in 5 minutes. The founders. The Founders Hub says, all I can say is confluence is key. The Founders Hub, my man, I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you guys. Just look for confluence. That's all you need when it comes to trading. So this is an interesting zone for a potential SFP. Do you think Bitcoin dumps if stocks dump in Q4? Yes, I do. I do. But again, maybe it doesn't lead to a lower low. Do you prioritize TA more or the 4-year cycle? TA always more, but the 4-year cycle adds really good confluence. Guys, the zone that we highlighted at the beginning of the stream, like right here where Bitcoin got rejected, like we discussed, there was so much confluence here, so much. I tried to point it out on yesterday's stream, but this is not a surprise of a rejection whatsoever. especially after in yesterday's stream when Bitcoin was doing this. In my community, I basically left a voice message and I said, guys, this is still looking pretty damn corrective. It does not look like it wants to move down yet. This, however, looks a little bit more impulsive to the downside. So we have to see. If we start breaking below here, we have some some further lows to target. But are you going to position yourself before Nvidia's Q4 tomorrow or wait and see? Oh wait, my apologies. Is Nvidia's earnings today or tomorrow? Oh, my apologies. One sec. I said in the group that they're reporting their earnings today, but it's tomorrow. I'm just going to adjust that right now. Sorry, guys. For some reason, I thought it was today. Stock market opens in a couple minutes here. I took a trade this morning in the community. And now we wait and see. Ken RK3757. Matt, it's been 4 days and my ID hasn't been verified on Kraken. My apologies, man. I have team members that are looking at my chats to try and help me out. So please ping once again. Say, hey, it's Ken RK3757. And let me know on Telegram, and they should have that sorted for you. Sometimes Kraken takes a little bit longer, but I realize that a lot of people like trading on Kraken, so I've added it as an option to join the community. If you're already trading on there, you can join the community with your existing account. No need to create a new account. Stock market is open, guys. Stock market is open. Are we gonna go for a little SFP here? Let's see. Let's see. At least locally, I think we can get a bounce. I don't see why not. If we don't, no stress. I'm positioned accordingly. The Zcash short is printing. Yeah, Zcash is dumpy. I took that trade, but unfortunately I got stopped out, guys. This is a key zone where you want to pay attention to. Definitely. Is this a little fake out for stablecoin dominance, Legends? The GOAT debate, Ronaldo, Messi, Matsir CBM. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it. If price will hold up, will you be changing your spot allocation? I would look to buy on a pullback still. You're not going to catch me buying up here. So now, in an ideal world, we get a push, we sweep these lows, we get a push towards the downtrending anchored VWAP once more, then we come back lower. How do you pronounce your name, brother? That was unique. My name is, I'm technically French, so my name is Matsir. It's off. So we swept here, but not the low that I was looking at. Let's see what we get today in today's session. Do you speak French? Yes, French is my first language, guys. I am French Canadian. Sorry, guys. Here, when you talk, everyone just assumes you're Canadian. So I leave out the Canadian part. But I live in Dubai. Stock market opened up green. Do you have a girlfriend? Yes. Hey guys, did you see the news about check this out. I don't know if there's any Canadians watching. I woke up to this morning. This made me laugh. Trump is considering renaming Lake Ontario to Lake America. Okay. Okay, Bitcoin's getting a little bit of a move here, guys. Is it time to long your longs? Coinbase Premium Index is looking pretty strong still. ETFs recently have been looking good, guys. Look at these inflows. Hey Matt, how are you today? Look at the 100 EMA on 30 minutes, 4 hour and weekly. Holy smokes. Did you see Take-Two processed with the SEC on the Solana blockchain a couple of weeks ago? Apparently there will be a currency that can be earned in game but with real world value. Yeah, that is pretty cool. I did see that. Guys, the everything is lining up. Like, I still firmly believe that we're going to enter a bull market. Things will be looking good. But right now, as a trader, when you're hovering right at like local resistance, I just know there's so many people that are getting bullish. I get it. I understand. I've been playing the cycles for a very, very long time. And I just don't think that we necessarily have the up only yet. I don't. If we can reclaim the previous local top at $82,800 on a weekly time frame candle closing basis, a lot will change from my perspective, guys. Number one, I will close the rest of my short position fully. Number two, I will look to basically only long pullbacks. I might even add to my existing Bitcoin long, which is now a bit of a smaller position. But for now, guys, I have to give you the unbiased truth. And what I think could be happening next is we will experience resistance from around this zone. That's all I can say. Yesterday on the live stream, we identified how this would be a topping zone. In my community, we talked about the fact that this looks way more corrective, so we would likely get a push up. Now the question is that it? Is that the push up? You know, a sign of strength initially would be if we start to get daily closes above this previous peak, which is above the downtrending anchored VWAP from all-time high. That's what we have to contend with. We also noted that there was a lot of selling pressure right at that 80K zone, specifically from the Binance side of things. So let's see, guys. If we push up, have to pivot the stance. If not, then that's that, guys. Hey Matt, did your opinion on the bull market change? You said it was 50-50 a couple days ago. I would still say right now, it's 50-50. Those are just my thoughts. I still think, and if we reclaim, so a weekly close above here, above the 50-week moving average, above the downtrending anchored VWAP from all-time high, and above the previous local top, this to me would change the odds from 50-50 to 75. I'd be leaning like, yeah, 75, 80. And basically, I still don't think that even if we did close above here, it would just explode. I think that what would happen is you'd probably consolidate, maybe you'd push higher, then you'd have a nasty wick to the downside, then you'd pop back up. So there's gonna be opportunities, guys. But the point is, until proven otherwise, I have to stick to my thesis. I have to. This isn't me being difficult. This isn't me, being a perma bear. It's just understanding how the cycle can develop, and having traded this cycle, having traded multiple crypto cycles, I've been punished before for getting bullish after such a big candle like this. So forgive me if I'm a little bit cautious. I have spot Bitcoin. I have my long from the lows, which I wish was still a bigger position. So let's see. They were never going to make it easy, guys. If we end up rejecting from here, they were never going to make it easy. The market doesn't owe us anything. My mistake, I'm trapped in a short from 71.2. I doubled shorts on the way up, and now I have to wait. I have way too much Navy for my account size. Lesson learned. Yes, take it as a lesson learned. For sure. I mean, I added to my short a little bit prematurely as well, guys. No one truly knows what's on the right side of a chart. Anything could happen. Confluence is the best tool you have. The Founders Hub, couldn't agree more, my man. All right, guys, let's see if we get a little bit of a sweep from this zone. Otherwise, the next zone becomes 77.7. Let's see. Perhaps we take a live one again. I'm looking for scalps. We drop below. Okay. Okay. Very nice. Now we see, is there follow through to the downside here? Little scalperoni. For me personally, based on the candles that I'm seeing here, I would prefer a little bit lower. So I am going to not take this one. Unless we start to get really good closes here and we get a retest, I won't be taking this one, guys. That 15-minute candle prior to this move down was horrific. So let's see if this is the zone where we get a little bit of a cheeky bounce. Otherwise, we have our eyes on a little bit lower. This is just for scalping, guys. If I decide to take it, you'll know. This morning in the community, I actually took an Ethereum short, which is looking pretty decent for now. Legends, if you want to join the community, remember you do have the first link in the description down below. It's where I share all of my own personal trades and my overall market analysis. I provide education as far as where my head's at, how am I thinking, how am I operating in this market. And there's going to be a period starting late August into September where I will probably not be able to do very long live streams or any live streams for that matter. There'll probably be quick video updates on the channel just for a 1-2 week period because I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be going to weddings and basically enjoying the last part of summer. So if you want to see how I've been trading in this market, because last time when I was on vacation, that's when I took the long at $58,000. My Telegram community is great because I can just send a message and say, hey guys, I'm taking this trade now. And it doesn't require me to do a long video update or a live stream. So I would recommend you guys join if you haven't already. First link in the description down below. DM me the keyword BTC on Telegram to join. When you say weddings, is it yours? No, it is not. Jablo says, one thing is very likely. If Bitcoin starts rejecting from this region and it loses 75K-ish, the dump will be fast, no time to short. Valid. Movie Gams, I'm in the same boat. I'm down 80K. Yeah, man. Although I am... Do you guys see why I didn't take this one? So the idea here is when you see such a significant 15-minute candle that retraces, it means that there's, right here, it means that there's power to this downside. So that's why. Unless we can reclaim it, let's see here. There's still 8 minutes left for the 15-minute candle, but this zone becomes the next interesting zone for me from a scalp longing perspective. This morning in the community, I shorted Ethereum, and that trade is currently doing pretty decent. But yeah, let's see. Let's see, guys. We hit, I'm telling you, we hit resistance. We hit resistance. I know the euphoria is high. We hit 81 on the Fear and Greed Index. We hit extreme greed. So, patience, my friends. Patience. Movies, gams. Not financial advice, my man, but oftentimes if I'm in a position that's in significant drawdown, rather than waiting until break entry, I cut my losses once you get the pullback. So you take a little bit of a loss, still a loss, but less than what you would have hoped for. Or less than what it would have been, sorry, not what you would have hoped for. Thank you. Jackson Hole on Friday could be the final nail in the coffin. Yes, Legends. a Jackson hole on Friday. We will be doing an absolutely lovely live stream. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Sometimes when the stock market opens like this, and Bitcoin has a little bit of a retrace, we end up getting a bounce after open. So call it, 15 minutes from now, 10 minutes from now, perhaps the move gets reversed. Let's see though. Let's see. There's a little bit of selling pressure, but for the most part, this is not an entry for me. Some of you were asking about hype, and I think it's a good one to discuss because hype, here's the thing with hype. Number one, I know a lot of people treat it like an altcoin, and it is an altcoin, but we cannot ignore the fact that against Bitcoin, it's just been looking lovely, right? It's been outperforming Bitcoin for the most part. So, and you can see it's actually holding on to its bull market support band against Bitcoin. Now, the reason why hype should be on your radar, guys, is because if it can manage this, and you guys are going to say, this is foolish, this is overly simplistic, what is this guy doing? But oftentimes the simplest strategies are the best. You know how we have an all-time high breakout here? Very clear, we've had these previous all-time highs and we've broken out, right? Well, if hype comes back down here and we continue to hold this zone as support, and I mentioned this in the community yesterday, and we continue, even if, let's say Bitcoin dumps, and for whatever reason, hype continues and continues to hold this zone as support, you have a very clear invalidation and you have a very clear long setup. Not financial advice, but I am definitely keeping my eyes on this one, because if it just continues to hold above the previous all-time highs, that tells me that there's still buyers here. And when you're in price discovery, no one knows how high it can go. This thing could potentially absolutely rocket. So keep your eyes on this one, guys. It sounds overly simplistic, but genuinely, keep your eyes on that. If we hold above the previous all-time highs, it looks solid. So we swept this low over here. Didn't quite get the low that I was eyeing. Now we see a little bit of a battle between the bulls and the bears on the 15-minute time frame. Damn, if I held my long hype, I'd be up 55K by now. Yeah, purchase media. If I held my long hype, I'd be up like 200K, 300K. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. And purchase media, this is something to definitely discuss here on the stream. You can't have that kind of mentality. When I am out of a trade, very rarely do I think, oh, if I would have held, oh, if I would have. It's a dangerous mentality to get in because it encourages bad risk management. It encourages you to maintain those positions at a loss, thinking, oh, what if? When it's time, I cut my trades. It's very easy to say in hindsight. It's very easy to say in hindsight, and you need to be, for lack of a better term, you need to be kind with yourself. You need to be kind with yourself, man. You can't dwell on that. Yeah, exactly. Peter Hanley, exactly. If my granny had bollocks, she'd be my uncle. Correct. All right, guys. A little bit of a sweepy action here, legends. 50 seconds. Did we get many longs jumping in? Oof. We actually had some shorts. Let's see. Decent bounce, guys. Decent bounce. Tapped that local liquidity here. By the way, guys, you have probably seen me. One moment, let's go. It tapped the same liquidity as the New York Open yesterday. That's so true about the mentality, like why I'm still in the short. Bounce here, I think. History already proved. We are below the value area high in this local range. Buyers stepping back after those liquidations. John, hi Matt. Today is a big day for me. I finally recovered all the losses over the past 2 years. I've always been watching your live streams and I've learned a lot. Thank you for sharing. John, that is one of the best things that I could possibly read. I'm very, very happy that I've been able to help you. Awesome, man. Awesome. Nobody cares, work harder, stack sats. With that being said, without any further ado, gotta go. God bless, good day. Matt, today we will test 82.8K after NVIDIA earnings come positive and the best time to short. So NVIDIA earnings, guys, is actually tomorrow. So my apologies if I shared it in the group. It's actually tomorrow. We have some buyers here, legends. It's a bit of a battle. It's a bit of a battle because locally the trend is down. On the higher time frames, the trend is up. On the locally the trend is down. On the medium time frames, the trend is up. On the higher time frames, the trend is down. On the highest time frames, the trend is up. Did that confuse anyone? So locally, very locally, the trend is down. See? On the medium time frame, the trend is up. On the higher time frame, the trend is down because structurally a bear market. But Salvador Perez is going to love this. On the highest of time frames, the trend is very much up. And you guys wonder why I do this? I am net bullish on Bitcoin, always have been, always will be. Why are people so obsessed with getting YouTubers and traders to admit that they are wrong? Just a clash of a bunch of egos. So it's a little bit of a different, like I get where you're coming from, right? But here's the thing. I genuinely couldn't give a stuff if I'm wrong because I will make money trading this market. Like deep down to my core, that's how I feel. Does it suck if I get something wrong? And good morning, Chris. Does it suck if I get something wrong and people drop a bunch of hate? Yes, but I feel like I've developed a little bit of a thicker skin than when I've started posting my stuff online. And ultimately, you put yourself through that kind of exposure if you put your face on the internet. That's just how it works, right? People make stupid decisions based on what you think could happen. And I can't control what people do. You have to remember, guys, that while I am trading the market, everything that you do is in your control. So what I mean by this is you have your own money and you can do your own analysis of the market as well, right? So It's just something to consider. I will make money trading this market like I have done, and I will continue doing it. And as long as that continues, I don't care. Like no one has a crystal ball and people's thesis can change, but to others, people think, oh, he's switching up now. Yeah, there's a huge like clowning culture on the internet. Sometimes it's done in good faith and it's funny. Like guys, I'm gonna keep showing you this. Like Box Fabio, I hope he tunes in today. Like this AI picture of me crying. This is absolutely hilarious. I love this. And Box Fabio was a great sport as well. Like he didn't come on the channel and started hating me. He just, it's just funny. But then you have people, for example, that are, clowning, absolutely clowning on someone like Benjamin Cowan, which is, the reality is, guys, if you're a proper investor in the cryptocurrency market, and you're not a leverage trader like I am, I'm an investor and a trader, he helped everyone in the bear market. Absolutely everyone. Because think of how many relief rallies we had in the bear market and people piled in and now they're holding at a loss. There's this idea that being bearish is negative and being bullish is positive. And I think that that's just a bunch of shit. You trade the price action that's right in front of you. And that's it. It's neutral. Price goes up, neutral. Price goes down, neutral. Now in the long term, am I net bullish? Of course I am. I've discussed this many, many times, and it's why I still hold spot Bitcoin. But to clown on people that try to help others is just insane. Justin, hello everybody. Daniel, hey Matt, when are you going to close your short? So basically, if we get that weekly close above the previous local high, I am out of my short. I will probably take an unrealized loss. I will probably take around a 200K unrealized loss, but I will still have realized $250,000 from the short itself and $100,000 plus from my long from the lows. So still net profitable. It sucks, but it is what it is. I would have rather earned more, and I was maybe getting ahead of myself when I said, oh, this is going to be a $1 million trade. Maybe not. Hi Matt, how would you accumulate spot if you were still working? Would you just DCA in every time you get a paycheck? It really depends, right? Like, if you're asking me if I think that this is an attractive level overall to DCA into for the long term, the answer is probably yes. But for me personally, I would lump some at lower levels. So I still think that even if we get a move up again, a move back down, I still think that there's going to be better levels to buy where you can DCA in a little bit more aggressively. On the channel, we've discussed multiple times that a starting DCA point was sub 60K. I know a lot of people that waited for that and they've stood to benefit from it. I also know a lot of people that were clowning on the idea that we could go below 60K when Bitcoin was still above $100,000. But we went there, right? And if you were very, very bullish at 100K, why not be bullish in the potential mid 70s, low 70s? Maybe we get down to the high 60s. If you believe in it in the long term, right? Is there a set amount of Bitcoin? What is your average spot entry? You guys are not going to like this. My average spot entry on Bitcoin is below 30K. And that's just because I've accumulated a lot of Bitcoin in the previous bear market. When we had the whole FTX debacle, I didn't actually have a channel, guys. So I was just doing me. We should not forget that we had no euphoric top, and that's why we might have no brutal bottom. That is also possible, Michael. Correct. Is there a set amount of Bitcoin that you won't ever take out? The answer is yes. Yes, there is. All right. Legends, if you want to see when I take my next trade in this market, whether I go long or short, how I adjust my positions, remember that you do have the first link in the description down below. Like I said, there's going to be a period here where in the next week or so, where I might not be able to do the live streams, but I will be updating you in the community, and I'll still post some shorter video updates, but just wanted to make you aware of that. I'd recommend you join if you want to see what my movements are in this market. Are we bullish here, guys? Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Matt, do you prefer trading solo compared to being a live streamer? I have to say, guys, there's pros and cons. One of you guys asked me, how long do I actually check the Bitcoin chart as a swing trader? And for the most of this bear market, if I wasn't doing the live streams, it would have been, good morning, Ian. If I wasn't doing the live streams, probably less than an hour a day, at most an hour. But now that I'm doing the live streams with you guys, naturally we're here for several hours. So it's easier to tune into the price action and see what kind of developments occur. I think that in terms of my focus, trading alone is probably better. Because when I have a community, I'm generally a lurker here, but totally appreciate the content you put out. Thanks, my man. I appreciate you. What was I gonna say? It's stressful to have a community because, as you know, guys, Nico, good morning. Hello from Greece. Nice, man. I want to go to Greece. I want to go to Greece soon. What I want to say is I've experienced this in the past where it's stressful to actually run a community because not only do I have to worry about my own trades, and if I lose a trade, I lose my own money, but also the fact that knowing how these communities work, you know, at the end of the day, even though I advise against copying me, against blindly copying me, a lot of people just do. I'm aware of it. I don't want it to happen, but I can't control it. The people in my group that make the most amount of money in this market are people that can match their analysis with my own. If they disagree with me, they simply don't take a trade if I'm taking a trade. If they agree with me and they have the extra confluence, then they take a trade with proper risk management. So it's stressful when I know that people do that. That when I know that people don't do their own analysis. I don't like running the group in that way, but unfortunately that's what it comes down to. So that's why we're also starting to slowly kick out members as well that, let's say, aren't suitable for the community. Hope you have a good day, Chad. You seem very grounded and good for your followers. Respect. Thanks, my man. Boz Manaka Power, I appreciate you. Pull up to Serbia, bro. Yeah, man, I've heard such great things about Serbia. Hi, Matt. I busted 80% of my Kraken account because they did not close my trade when I pressed close. Jordan, I'm not sure if that's possible. Kraken is one of the best exchanges that I know of. That's why I work with them. But yeah, you can still, of course, stay in the group. Do you have a trading program or it's just a community? For now, Boris, it's literally just a community. It's a community where I share my own insights in this market. Right? It's just where I share my own trades in this market. That's how the community is run. And John, smash the like, my man. Yes, guys, smash the like. So what's happening with Bitcoin here? Sorry, we've been going a little bit on a rant. I feel like people are tune in out a little bit here. My apologies. Dun, dun, dun. All right, you guys aren't here for me yapping, so I'll stop yapping. Yeah, and again, nothing that I say on the channel should be construed as financial advice. I'm just a guy on the internet sharing what he's doing in the market. And I will continue to be a guy on the internet doing that. Our late bulls coming in. So if we take a look at the local price action, one of you guys pointed out on the 6-month time frame, look at that liquidity. But oftentimes the liquidity doesn't have to get grabbed to that extent. Is it helpful to see this? Yes. Particularly on the lower time frames. You know? I would love to see a flush, personally. Yes, sir. All right, guys, so we had a nice sweep of these lows. I was looking to go long right here, but we went much, much lower, and therefore I didn't enter a trade, right? The structure, guys, could still be bearish here. So let's see if we can get another, a cheeky scalp on the stream. Maybe we sweep the lows again, liquidate, close out a lot of these long positions, and see if there's an opportunity from around this zone, guys. Like right around here. Let's see what we get. Market could be choppy. Nicola 87 Kura. I am here for like 1 year now, and I must say thank you, Matsir, for all. Thank you, my man, and I hope over the course of the past year you've been enjoying the content, and I hope that it's been helpful to you. It's a rising wedge 50-minute. It just tagged the bottom side of it. I think it goes to the top and then breaks out. Let's see. Morning, brother. I'm in engine from $4. Also trying my best to make back my losses all spot. Terrified of leverage, 25% away from making it all back by DCA at the lows. Would appreciate if you have time to look at engine. Guys, I have to say, ING, man, I don't want to, I definitely don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but I'm here to tell you the unbiased truth. And the unbiased truth, guys, is this is INJ against Bitcoin. It has just continuously bled against Bitcoin. So if you ask me, hey man, are you in this coin? The answer is no, because it continues to underperform Bitcoin. Now, is this chart looking a little bit constructive? The answer is yes, because we've actually reclaimed the bull market support band. So maybe there is a period of outperformance here coming, but it's just not something I'm interested in. Now, I will go over this because you asked... Wait, sorry, you said $4, right? So you must be up. 1 second. Where's the... In engine from $4. Always trying my best. Would appreciate if you have time to look at it. So right now it's in a little bit of a middle ground because it depends on what your view of the market is. We had a push, right? And you know that markets like to retrace at least half of the move before potential continuation higher. So if you take a look here from the low to the high, we did retrace over 50% of the move. So one could argue that, you know, same thing with Bitcoin. If we break the local high and we stay above there, this thing can really go. If your average entry is 4, which is nice, well done, because that's like the Pico low before this pump. I'm not sure what to say. This is a period in the market, man, where things could really go either way. I haven't been this uncertain about things in a little bit of time. Bitcoin is back at $79,000. Hi, Matsir. At what point will you turn into bullish? Like, at what level? So like I said, if we can reclaim the previous local highs on a weekly time frame, so we get one weekly close above $82,800, I have to pivot my stance in the market and adjust. That's what I'm looking at, guys. J. Kim says, pure speculation, Bitcoin is going to tap 82K and dump. That would be crazy. Dennis Tennis. Did you play tennis? Did you play any tennis, Matt? Unfortunately not, man. None of my friends here, at least where I'm currently located around, play tennis. So when I go back to Dubai, I will be playing a lot more tennis. I travel also in different parts of Canada, so so you guys think it hits 82K and then it dumps. There's a little bit of a shift from the market structure perspective. We managed to sweep these highs, but let's see what happens. Now in hindsight, I wish I took the long, right? No hate, but don't you think your chart feels very cluttered? But you do you as long as you make money, sir. I mean, this is just from a scalping perspective. This does not feel cluttered at all. These are key levels that we can get a bounce from, and you can see that we got that bounce, right? But from my perspective, this doesn't seem cluttered. My higher time frame charts, yes, I can remove a couple of things, but it's not that cluttered. At the end of the day, guys, it's if the chart works for you, right? I can remove it though if it makes it easier for you guys to understand my view of the markets. Massive head and shoulders right in front of you. Hi Matt, do you think from looking that ETH can outperform until the range top? It's possible. Just Frankie, I tend to agree with you, man. I tend to agree. And thanks for tuning into the live stream. All right, what do we say? Do we squeeze? A lot of people are saying we squeeze higher. We'll do a poll. Is the local top in? Top in, or do we move higher from here? What did price hit? $81,300. $81,300. It looks like we want to bounce from here, guys. I mean, there's always a chance we push up. lot of longs jumping in. Guys, with the CVD as well, we now have the option for you to add alerts. So if there's like a pivot or bearish or bullish CVD divergence that you're looking at, you can add alerts so you don't have to stay glued to this chart. Oh, Legends. Legends, I did want to show you something. And this is, I would say that this is maybe more concerning for the bulls. Are you ready? Did you guys see this? This is more concerning for the bulls.
Go. Get up and everything I go through. Time to wake up, bitch, get up.
Oh my gosh. Did you guys see that? It's like this guy, good, I mean, he's a great content creator. These Sailor, yes, Sailor did bankrupt his other company. He did. Talk about confluence for a potential short. I'm just joking. Interesting though, they are now up $3 billion. A man could only wish. So, Sailor did sell the bottom. +1 on hype at all-time high. So you guys wanted me to check out hype. I talked about it. Legends, like this is one of the clearest charts I can put out for you. If hype continues to hold above this zone, the sky is the limit. This isn't me being stupidly bullish or anything like that, but when you get an all-time high chart like this, if you hold above a previous all-time high after a breakout, like no one knows how high this can go. So as long as you hold above the previous all-time high, which so far we've retested it, then it looks fine. Like if Bitcoin does push up higher from here, this would just add fuel to it. But honestly, hype has been hasn't been that correlated to Bitcoin. It's just been doing its thing. So Cash Cat, yeah, I'm not a meme guy, Legends, but sure, we can talk about it just because it's Robinhood's main one. But that shit exploded, did it not? Look at that wick to the downside. I mean, what else am I meant to say here, guys? I can't give you any alpha on this. If you guys want to gamble on these kinds of coins, you can. But it's not going to come from me. $200 million market cap. Oh, I guess if you want to speculate, all-time high sweep. All-time high sweep. Double top. But guys, I refrain from trading coins that are, you know, under $1 billion in market cap. I think that if you're gonna do something with this, it's, you know, it's very, very risky. I don't think that this is a reliable way to make money. Can you catch a couple of 10x, 100x? Yes, but I have generally refrained from talking about these coins. I made a lot of money on Chill Guy. I don't know if you remember that, when memes were really a thing last cycle. But aside from that, I've stayed clear of memes in general. Go on the 1 hour chart and look at the anchored VWAP from the 75K lows. Yes, sir. Looks like we are trying to hold. Good observation. Four-hour candle looks constructive for Bitcoin. But we still have another hour and 15 minutes to see how this develops. Dun 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 dun. You guys are looking at RSI on what time frame? I am not a big RSI guy. But you can see that on the 15-minute it marks these, at least up here. Very good question. COO PS Phil says, How much money would you need to make before you'd stop trading and think about retiring? The thing is, honestly, guys, from a swing trading perspective, I don't know if I will ever stop, because outside of what you're seeing me do on the live streams here, it is one of the biggest, one of the best ways to turn your money into more money, in my opinion. Not financial advice, as always, but swing trading is probably something that I would continue to do. And I would be even more picky with the setups. So instead of taking, a few trades per week to a few trades per month, depending on the price action that we get, I would maybe I'd be one of those guys that takes massive, ridiculously large trades a few times a year when only the perfect confluence is there. I think I'm gonna always be swing trading, to be honest. It's hard to leave swing trading regardless of how much money you've made, because it's such a good way to make money. And the more money you have, the more money you can make. As long as you follow proper risk management, I don't think I would stop, to be honest. You could be traveling, you could be on a beach somewhere, you could have your alerts set on the chart, and once price hits a key confluence zone, you enter the trade from a swing trading perspective, right? So let's see what the consensus is, legends. Are we going to Dude, the dream is to become a mini Citadel. You basically step in during the Black Swan type stuff to provide liquidity. And you'll continue to stream, right? Right? Says J. Kim. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Here for a good time. But yeah, I agree with you, Sioken. That would be insane. I don't see myself streaming for 6-7 hours a day for life. Probably not, guys. If you want to see my movements in the market, you know where to find me. It's going to be the first link in the description down below. But I could definitely see a scenario where, this isn't for forever. But I think I will always have a Telegram group, because at least I can provide my thoughts and updates in there. How do you define swing trade? From low to high of a macro range, or the time it takes to finish the trade? Likely both. Yes, both. Exactly. Guys, the big Bitcoin short that I've talked about in this bear market was a swing trade. I've maintained that position for months. I've added to the position on the relief rallies, and I've made more money on the way down. So that's a big swing trade, right? The blue line is the uptrending anchored VWAP from the 75K pivot. Looks like a good retest. Are we gonna get boring price action today? What do you say, guys? When right now, the majority here, or it's pretty close. Yes, I have watched The Big Short. Okay, so right now 51% say that we can go higher, while 49% say the top is in. Pretty balanced view of the market, guys. So I think that it's 50-50, very, very balanced. For those of you that think that we're going higher, would you say that the high will be established? Do you think that the high will come today? Will we sweep that high again today? Or will it take a little bit more time? Will price just chop around here? I feel like we just chop around this week. No high today. Why do you not mention these trend lines too often? Really curious, I want to learn. I do mention them, it's just, there's no sense in talking about them all the time, right? Take some time, not today, no high today, but the high will come. My high will be 82.5K, then the bull trap is done. What do you say about yesterday's local top? It was so weird, I'm waiting for 80K to celebrate together on the stream. While we hit 81. It wasn't that weird, guys. I talked about it in the community. After the stream yesterday, what happened was Bitcoin dropped, right? But we chopped like this. And if you get this kind of choppy price action, there's always a high probability that you take the highs again. Always. High probability. If price would have done something like this, then now we need to see how this price develops. Because if we stay above this uptrending anchored VWAP, then we can probably get the highs again. But if we break down from here, it would start to look a little bit more impulsive compared to what we got yesterday. So this looks a little bit different than this. Tomorrow is NVIDIA's earnings, right? I am a beginner, can you teach me? If you are a beginner, I would highly recommend that you watch the channel. I haven't put out many tutorials, which I'm working on. But it's hard for me to just teach you if you just ask like that. You have to teach through observing the market. And that's what we're doing together on the live stream. One bullish day on the stock market and it will pump. How's the stock market looking, legends? It is looking pretty okay. What is going on? So, 1 hour candle looks pretty okay. Looks fine to me right now. Let's see how this closes. As long as we maintain above here, it looks okay. And then we have the 4-hour candle ahead of us. A lot of longs jumping in. All right, legends. Quick washroom break for me. Quick washroom break. BRB. All right, we're back. We are back. What games are you playing on the PS5? I haven't actually touched it in a while. But I used to play a lot of FIFA, guys. All right. So Bitcoin is effectively just chopping around here. This is an interesting zone. Now, as far as the price action goes, we know that there is a little bit of liquidity to the upside locally here. Do we have another big push higher is the question, guys. Because there is that local liquidity. There is, of course, liquidity everywhere, always. The majority of it is to the downside. And I just think it's going to be important to be patient here. We discussed at the beginning of the stream why Bitcoin rejected where it rejected from. This was always going to be a key confluence zone. Grigor, it's nice to see you in the chat. 50-week simple moving average was always going to be a very, very difficult zone to break past. This is the music where someone said it's corny. Or no, it's a different one, I think. I think we got some... I genuinely think, Legends, we have some chop ahead of us. I think we have some chop ahead of us. Whether we dump down, try to reclaim the uptrending anchored VWAP again, let's see. I think we got some chop ahead of us. Big bearish divergence happening on the 4-hour. I see that as well. But I think guys, I have a question. How devastated would you be if Bitcoin dumped massively from here? Like if Bitcoin made it back to the mid 65K zone, how would that make you feel? Let me know in the chat down below. Very, very curious. What's the first thing I should learn as a beginner? Good question. Soccer Master, what do you think of a scalp long on Zcash at 800? Tricky for me considering on Sunday I posted a short setup for Zcash. I think if everything dumps, Zcash will dump massively even though it's been a strong performer. Are you planning to reduce your short position? Yes, I am. Birdie, awesome. That's what I want to hear. Dun, 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 dun. Little bit of a drop here, guys. Make money on the way up, make money on the way down. Don't care, we just play the price action that's right in front of us. Exactly, JC. Guys, if you're already trading on Kraken and you want to join my group, you do not need to create a new trading account. Just DM me the keyword BTC on Telegram to get access. You can literally keep your existing account. It's not a paid membership. It's not a monthly subscription. It's a group where you trade with your own capital. What happened today? No alts are moving up. My man, alts don't just move up in a straight line, right? Alts will move up after Bitcoin makes its next big move. If Bitcoin breaches the high, right, and we start consolidating above the high, alts will fly. But if Bitcoin breaks down from here, the reason why alts aren't moving today is because, one second. The reason why alts aren't moving today is because they're still digesting the move. A lot of alts have actually been outperforming, right? UTOP24, Matt, I shorted SpaceX. Can you check out the VWAP on the 1 hour taken from the 150 local high? Box Fabio, yo Matt, good morning. Too busy on work to come on the show today. Have a nice one. Thanks, my man. Box Fabio, the legend. One second. So you were asking about SpaceX. We've already talked about SpaceX at length, man. I'm not in a new trade, but the time to short SpaceX, in my opinion, was at the downtrending anchored VWAP from all-time high. So you can see here, guys, it gave two decent entries, swept the high, got rejected from the downtrending anchored VWAP from all-time high, which is funny enough where Bitcoin is currently struggling. But we're getting compressed from the low to the high. Now you're asking specifically about the 1 hour, right? It looks like we're getting rejected from here, you know? But keep in mind, it's much stronger from an all-time high level than on an hourly level. But yes, you are right in saying that it is getting rejected. But there is also a lot of local support here. We have the value area high from the range, which is literally $2 lower. So if you're playing the scalp, then okay, but just be wary. In the community, we talked about Zcash, which I am, not in that position. But this was effectively the trade setup. For a short to fill the wick. Bitcoin's still holding, guys. Let's see. I am still really looking forward to only looking for swing longs, but not yet, not yet. So you can see that we made a new low locally and we failed to claim the high. Let's see if we can claim the high there, because this can probably roll over if we don't. Swing long? When did I say swing long, guys? When did I say swing long? What's your take on Velvet after this massive drop? Is it a liquidity sweep or a dead project? Guys, I think Velvet has been and is a shit coin. Most of these altcoins will go to zero, or already have done, right? I don't even know what this project is about. Holy smokes, guys. Wow. But also, look at the monthly, man. We already had a big dump. I'm not putting my hard-earned money into this. Are you kidding me? Not a chance. Not a chance, guys. Be careful where you allocate your capital. That's all I'm gonna say. Bro, what about ICP? Bro, are you actually gonna ask me about ICP? Again, guys, I don't mean to be a douche. That is not my intention ever. But, like, can we just... If you're new to the channel and you're coming in the live stream asking me if I'm bullish on an altcoin that looks like this, I'm sorry, man. The writing's on the wall. Can we get scam pumps like this? Yeah, of course. But if you're asking me if I think this thing will make a sustained all-time high again, probably not. No way, Renee. Matsir, nice to see you crushing. Nice to see you. You said swing long, brother. I'm sure you meant short. Yes, guys, sorry. I meant shorts. Definitely not. I said I said I cannot wait to look for swing longs. Guys, in a downtrending environment, again, we're gonna make it abundantly clear. Technically speaking, this is still bearish market structure. Technically. If we start to get weekly closes above 82.8, like we discussed, that's when things become interesting. It doesn't mean that we just go straight up, but what it does mean is that there's a high probability that the low is in. I would shift my stance on the market and I would look to long any and every pullback probably. That's how my strategy would change as a swing trader. But for now, guys, just be cautious here. As we discussed on the stream multiple times, Bitcoin did approach a very, very interesting local period in the market, local top. But right now, it's funny, as soon as the price changes by like 0.5%, the pole changes. Before there was more people saying that we would go higher, and now there's more people saying that there's a 52% chance that there's 52% of people saying that the top is in. Check CVD. Yeah, let's have a look at CVD. So the downtrending anchored VWAP is one of the most powerful tools that you can use in the market. The downtrending anchored VWAP specifically from an all-time high point. So you can see that Bitcoin's all-time high, 126K. When you tap into these levels in a bear market, you tend to experience that first initial sign of resistance. So I am keeping my eyes on this. If we can reclaim the downtrending anchored VWAP from all-time high, then perhaps that suggests we get another push to the upside. But for now, to keep it as simple as possible, if we remain below the level, then more locally here, I would be leaning bearish. If we reclaim it, things change. The downtrending anchored VWAP is sitting at $79,500 for those of you that are curious. Hey Matt, I remember watching you in October and you gave the best call in history to short Ondo. That was insane. But I'm not going to take a bunch of credit for that because I took a short setup on Ondo and then we had the 10 out of 10 liquidation event. So of course that's a mix of the technicals when it was time to short, but also no one could have predicted such a drop like that. It was ridiculous. After voting, we can't change our answer to the poll. No, I know, but more people have jumped in saying now that the top is in. So perhaps we squeeze higher. Hi bro, Pi coin analysis. Sorry Hassan, I'm not gonna look at Pi coin because it's a shit coin. Were you live on the 10 out of 10 drop? It would have been crazy to see it live. No, I was not live. I was not. What's the first thing I should learn as a beginner? Give me tips. Proper risk management. If you can avoid the mistakes of losing a lot of money in this market, that'll put you ahead of 99% of people. Unfortunately though, I have to say that it doesn't matter how many people you follow, how good you think you are, losing a significant amount of money trading crypto is the tuition to pay. It's happened to me several years ago, and unfortunately it happens to a lot of people that are just getting into trading. It's the tuition you pay. And if you stick around even after such significant drawdowns, that's when you end up really learning and progressing. The only thing to consider though is, I mean, if you can avoid it, obviously try to avoid it. I'm trying to teach you guys how to avoid it on the channel. But I just know that it's a tuition that has to be paid. It's a tuition I had to pay. It's a tuition that some of the best traders that I have met out of Dubai have paid. It's the way the world works, right? It's just the way the world works. I wish it wasn't like that, guys. But I'm seeing slanted Bart Simpson pattern all over the place. Learn the hard way. So did I, my friend, so did I. So proper risk management is the first thing. So what I mean by proper risk management is to only trade with an amount of capital that you are willing to lose and only enter positions if you know what your TP zones are and what your invalidations are. If I say I'm entering a trade with 1% of my trading portfolio, it simply means that if the trade doesn't work out, I lose 1%. Not 5, not 10, not 20, not 50, not 100%. 1%. It's a very, very dangerous game if you're not following proper risk management. Because what can happen is you have a couple of trades that work out extremely well. Let's say you're not following proper risk management. You'll have a couple of trades, maybe they work out extremely well. Maybe you turn 10K into 100K. Maybe you turn 50K into 500K. Maybe you turn $1,000 into $6,000. And then eventually you just give it all back because you didn't follow proper risk management on the way up, and therefore you get extremely greedy and you think, okay, I can do it one more time. And then it instills that kind of gambling mentality. So you have to have proper risk management. Journaling also helps, agreed. My tuition was 25K, still here. Mine was 46K, still here. Bitcoin's going up here, guys. Can we claim this local high, which is $100 higher than where we're currently at? Gregor, me too, man. Odds are always way better with risk management. And this is something that most people learn the hard way, right? Looks like we're going to claim the high, guys. It looks like we're going to claim the high. Check this out. Yep, done. High claimed. High claimed. This is a potential SFP zone as well. Do we see a push upwards here? Claim the highs. Did we? Yes, we did. We did indeed claim the highs. So now we see. Swept it. The bulls want to reclaim this zone, but remember the key level that you want to pay attention to is around $79,500 because it's the downtrending anchored VWAP from the all-time high. Let's see. Maybe we got cheeky little SFP zone live. Live on the stream. Someone says buy now, cry later. So I am now already, guys, going to let's see. Let's see, guys. Let's see. I am already going to move. Bro, can I ask where you are from? I am from Canada, guys. I live in Dubai, but I am from Canada. Breaking above. Hello, Matt. My first live stream ever. I have a feeling at the bottom is in. It will retrace a little for sure, no dump. My 75 short is bleeding at the moment. If you're not comfortable with your position in this market, then you have to ensure that, I mean, what I do if I'm really not comfortable is I cut my positions. All right. 0G, I will turn down the music a little bit. I don't even know what to say about that. Entered $11. Dun-dun-dun-dun. "30-minute looks okay." So I, Legends, took this. So I took a little scalperoo here. My stop is now at break even from this zone. I took this one on BTCC. 1 second. And I honestly am going to shave. It's a little scalp. So let me make myself $100 on this fine day. So I've just made $100 with this one. Very, very, very quick scalp. Stop is already at break even, guys. And where is it? Giselle? Is it Giselle that mentioned? 1 sec. Someone said, when he goes quiet, he's entering a trade. And it is true. When I go quiet, I'm entering a trade. If we get stopped out, we get stopped out. We've already paid ourselves. A little scalp. So Livestream doesn't get traded in real time. Guys, I have the charts right in front of me and I execute my trade here. I can try to just do it live on this screen here, but I told you guys it's an SFP zone where I'm happy to take it. So it's been 2 live streams now that we've taken trades in a row. As I said, I'm going to try to take more trades on the live, and I'll let you know when I decide to do it. But this is a very, very, very small trade, guys. Very small trade. Bought myself dinner. That's it. Now we see if Bitcoin pushes up. I bought myself dinner. How long did it take for you to be fully profitable in trading? It took me several years. And is this your full-time gig now? Yes, it is. Guys, if I really wanted to, if I didn't want to, I wouldn't be doing the live streams with you. I'm hoping that I can help you guys out through how I operate in this market. But, you know, when it's time for me to take some time off and take vacation, I do. This is fun for me. These live streams are fun. And I actually think that that's why, as a community, we will outperform. And let's see. That's what I wanted to get at, is that's why, as a community, I think that we will outperform and ultimately continue to grow, because I'm happy to stay on camera for 5, 6, 7, 8 in the bull market, 9, 10 hours, because I have no reason not to. It's fun for me. I'm currently paying tuition in trading. We are not stopping until everyone will be totally surprised. Stop me out. Bitcoin is pumping now. Yeah, this trade is done. Stopped out. So I got myself a dinner. Awesome. Yeah, it's not like, so here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing, legends. I have a community. Anton, my man. Sup, bro? Hope you're having a great day. Keep crushing it. My man, Anton. I hope you're having a lovely day. I look forward to seeing you soon, hopefully. Let's play some footy, man. SFP now. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is an SFP because the candle actually closed above. So be careful here. What I would say though is this could be another potential rejection zone locally. And the reason why that's the case is because we are currently retesting the downtrending anchored VWAP from the all-time high. So long as this continues and we can't get acceptance, there's always a chance we reject. However, let's not be silly. Let's also take a look at that 4-hour candle, guys. That is a pretty decent 4-hour candle for Bitcoin, suggesting that there is indeed some buying pressure. So we're a little bit in no man's land here. Yeah, that VWAP has provided insane short entries since $120,000. It's been pretty crazy, guys. This is the zone. This is the zone. Grigor, will you try to trade 80K? Yeah, probably. Probably. Have you ever seen that guy who isn't cutting his hair until Man United win 5 games in a row? Yes, I have. What a legend. Volume is coming back up. Yeah. Legends, this is, I think we're probably going to chop around here. Right at the downtrending anchored VWAP. The real PG, Matt, can you take a look at ASST? What is that? This is not the right one. Salvador Perez says now Bitcoin will pump to 87K. Sorry, the real PG. ASST. What's the ticker? What is... Legends, if you want to join the group where I share all of my own personal trades and my overall market analysis, remember that you do have the first link in the description down below. If you DM me the keyword BTC on Telegram, you get access to my group. It's where I share absolutely everything that I'm doing in this market. Oh, it is Strive. Yeah, okay. I thought sorry, your average entry is 11. So typically with something like this, the real PG, especially if you're, something like this, my man, what you want to look for, in my opinion, of course, not financial advice. So first and foremost, it is good that we managed to hold on to these previous lows, and I'm assuming that that's why you gave it a go with your entry. Second of all, though, yes, sometimes it can just take off and maybe you want to DCA into your position, but what I would look for, honestly, would be a retest of the bull market support band. Now, of course, and based on what you've been saying on the live streams, it sounds to me like you are a pretty seasoned trader. You know that there's no certainties that we come back and retest it. But I would honestly say, man, like, if you can wait and you're really interested in keeping it, I would say a retest of the bull market support band around that $14, $15 zone. 14 to 16. Maybe it doesn't come and it's not the position size you want, but that's what I would be looking at if I was trading this. Otherwise, I'd be happy with my $11 entry. Not financial advice. I have to always say that, guys. Not financial advice. But, you know, it's better to wish that you would have bought more than wishing that you bought less. Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. All right, sweet. Off to sleep. Thanks for the stream, Matt. See you, legends. My pleasure, man. Currently, Bitcoin is indeed getting rejected from its downtrending anchored VWAP from all-time high. But it wouldn't surprise me if we get some more wicks to the upside. Anyone else shorting gold here? Interesting. Interesting, guys. Yeah, we have this gap over here. Interesting. Definitely an interesting zone where you could find some local resistance. Anyone from the chat know the YouTube channel Mindpillar? My man, I work with Mindpillar, guys. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Mindpillar, the guys at Mindpillar and I are very, very close. So we've been building out these tools for you guys, the community. I'd recommend you check it out. If you're in my community, it's likely that you get access to these tools. The way that it works is whenever you trade with an affiliate exchange link, the fees incurred pay for the tool. So if you go and randomly sign up to say Bluffin without using my link in the description down below, you're always going to end up paying fees to enter trades, to exit trades. Everyone knows this. But if you use my affiliate link, the exchange, instead, they don't charge you more, but what actually happens is they share a tiny percentage of that. And that goes towards your Mindpillar subscription. And you get the trader access based on that. So you can actually get trader access. You go here, you click here. Trader is the current plan. And if you paste your UID, which is basically what you use to get access to my community, it gives you access to this as well. Is VVV pumping like crazy? Wow, holy smokes, guys. This thing is flying. Thank you, brother, for the lessons. My pleasure, man. My pleasure. Guys, we've been at it for 3 hours today. Right now, Bitcoin is currently hovering right below its downtrending anchored VWAP from all-time high. We're getting a little bit of a rejection from around this zone. I took a cheeky scalp short, got stopped out, but I still made some profits, made about $100 on that trade. So I'm going to use that to pay for my dinner. Guys, on the live streams, I take much, much smaller trades. If you want to see how I've been operating in this market from a swing trading perspective, remember you do have the first link in the description down below. That's where I share all of my own personal trades and my overall market analysis. It's not a paid monthly subscription. You're not paying $200 a month to join like these other crypto groups. It's a group where I share what I'm doing in this market. As long as you're trading with these affiliate exchange links down below, you can get access to that community. And if you're already trading on Kraken, well, you can keep your existing Kraken account. Same thing with BTCC, by the way. So if you're already trading on those platforms, we can do what we call linking a referral. And basically what that means is you keep your account, you trade as you've already been doing, and you get access to the community on top of Mindpillar tools. So I think that that's going to be a wrap for today's live stream. Yesterday we did 5 hours. Today we did 3. Tomorrow will be a video update. Unless something crazy happens in the market, then of course I'll flick on the camera. But for the most part, the schedule is as such. Monday, Tuesday live stream. Thursday we do a live stream as well. Friday I will also be doing a live stream, mainly because we have the Jackson Hole event where Fed Chair Warsh will be speaking, so stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. If you did, smash that like button. Subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, join the community to see how I am personally operating in this market, if you care to do so. And I will see you in the next video.